told Sonia I hope they're doing what my dad does best, talking.
You got a.
Because we don't want to disturb.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it much, but I think I have like 5 arcs now. I don't know. Well, 4, 5. Let's see.
So it's exactly what I thought. You can't use a regular bolt charging handle in here. Unless you take out this plug.
The plug? What are you talking about? Okay. Oh yeah, that's just screwed out.
But you can't. So that's just to get out the gas port on top of the bolt. So that comes out. So you couldn't take a regular bolt charging group and put it in here then?
It doesn't look like now that
Nope.
you put that apart.
No, because it's not cut for it, because so if you get it, see, that was my one thing. I've never seen one before, but that was my question was, if I get this, and I want to replace that bolt charging group, I gotta get it from Bear Creek Arson. Yep. Yeah, bolt carrier group, yep.
That there's a 6 arc and this is a 6 arc. And that there's a 22 arc, that's a 22 arc, and that's a 22 arc.
Plus you go, that's the Ruger Gen 2.
Yep.
What's this thing, Howa?
Yep. That's now 6 arc.
So you have 3 of them in 6 arc.
3 and 22 arc.
3 and 22 arc.
Yeah, this here's a 22
Well,
arc.
this is a 22 arc. But they're all on the AR frame.
Yeah. Well, 3 of them are. And then I got 2 bolts.
Okay. Yeah, this thing. I want to try this. This one's nice.
But we'll get out for
All right, so what do you want to talk about with these guys?
You don't have any experience with them at all yet then, huh?
No, the only thing I've got is when it came out, I looked at the 22R because of the
Check out the scope. Tell me what you think of the scope.
22-250 that they claim to be very familiar with. Oh wow, that's very fine crosshair.
It's a sight mark for Cydia.
Okay. So is it my eyesight? I can't even read any of those numbers or those hash marks.
Maybe you can probably adjust it on there to
That's
look easier.
well, can you read this? Oh, you can? You just can't do it on 3 power? Oh, okay, so that's a first focal point. Right, is it first focal point that adjusts with the,
I think so.
oh, that's nice. That's pretty sweet. What is that, 44 millimeter objective?
I think so.
It's a nice mount.
Man, mounts for scopes aren't cheap anymore.
No, what was that thing, a couple $100?
Well, no, it's probably $100, but so here I still have a fact sheet for Presidio. They sent it to me. I was gonna do a review on it, and I'm still going to. But I figured we'd do it when we went out. We'd do some shooting with the arc, and then they're reviewing the scope at the same time. That's 50.
That's a 50. Oh, okay. Okay.
318 by 50.
First focal point. Oh, it illuminates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. 31, 22. Yeah, that's nice. 61. Oh, that'll be fun.
I was gonna try to get it done before July 1st, and I never got around to it. But anyway, so we got that, and then the one on the other, that might be what is that I built today? I had that sitting around. I threw that on there.
Buck Masters 3 to 9 SIG.
SIG, yep.
Holdover recital. Nice. It's actually pretty clear too. After my experience with the Swarovski, I don't know. It just nothing ever seems the same now.
Yeah, I want that.
So, Bear Creek Arsenal, upper 22 arc.
Yep.
Bear Creek Arsenal, upper
6R.
in 6 arc. And then the third one you got from them was a 300 blackout, right?
Yep.
Was that like a very similar upper, or was that
I'll grab it for you to take a look at it.
more of a, sorry.
Yep.
You guys want to be standing for the program?
No, for now we are, but I'll start it.
Oh, that's a little pistol one. 8-inch barrel? Wow. Okay. It's a little tiny thing. That's gotta be loud. So you shot the 22 arc.
So
you-
not the Bear Creek Arsenal one. I haven't.
No, not the Bear Creek Arsenal one, but you shot the caliber.
Yeah, I've shot the 22 and the 6.
Have you put it on a chronograph yet to see if you're actually getting what you would if you were shooting 22 250 out of like an AR-10 or a Bolka? Okay.
There's quite a bit of difference.
There is.
In the velocity. Can't remember exactly what it was. What's a 22 250 like 35, 3600?
Oh, I don't think it gets that hot. I mean, you're breaking 3,000, 3,200 with like a 24-inch
Well,
barrel.
maybe it ain't that big a difference. For some reason, I was thinking the 22 arc was about 1,000 less, but maybe it's only a few hundred less.
I mean, you 220 Swift is getting up there to like that 3,700 to 4,000.
For some reason, and like I said, it's been quite a while. I was thinking it was between 26 and 2,800, but I could be wrong.
God, how is that? Yeah, I thought the 22 250 was much more than that. Because the 70 grain hunting stuff, I mean, when we were going antelope hunting, you know, the guys were using a 22 250 and shooting antelope at, 350 yards.
This says it should be around 3,000.
For the 22 250.
No, for the 22 arc.
Oh, really?
With the 75 grain ELD match.
Okay.
I
So
think
that sounds about right.
that's what I've got right here.
Okay.
That's what I've been shooting. So, and I might have, maybe I did it when I had the 85 grain or 88 grain, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then the 2250, I was shooting it out of a bolt gun though,
Okay.
and I've had the ammo forever, so I don't know what it is.
I mean, it was pretty much just one standard load for the 22 250 back in the day. I mean, if you wanted to hunt anything with it, that 70 grain load was the big one that was popular that I always saw on the shelf.
And it says between 3,600 and 4,000 feet per second.
The
I was
22-250?
for 22 250. I was thinking it was like 36 or 3800 is what I was thinking.
Wow, that seems really high.
So, when I looked into it,
Okay, so 22. Oh, sorry.
you're all good. You're fine.
Ah.
Welcome to Blue Collar Ballistics. My name is Josh. Today I've got Larry with me. He's a real good friend. We've known each other. I don't know. It's probably wouldn't be surprised to get close to 10 years now.
Yeah. Yep.
He came through a concealed carry class that I had one time, and that's how we met. And, I taught the class, but he probably knows more about guns than I do. He's going to be real knowledgeable. We're talking about 22 arcs and 6 arcs, 338 arcs today, the kind of arc family. He has not shot any of these yet, so we're probably going to end up shooting these and doing another video down the road here. And I'm guessing he's probably going to be shooting them with me as well in another video. However, today we're just kind of go over the little bit that what I know about them from shooting them, and talk about what he's heard about them, and try to answer a few questions we can with the little knowledge that we have at the moment. But looking forward to seeing what Larry has to say about this, and we'll go from there. Anyway, so yeah, Larry, I don't know. You said you haven't shot any of these at all.
Haven't shot any of them. Did read up on them when they first came out because there's so many new calibers coming out, and I'm more of the old school sort of guy.
Yep.
Got my 250 Savage, my 257 Roberts. So when I see stuff like this come out, like when the 25 Creedmoor came out, I'm like, okay, what makes this so much better than the 257 Roberts? So being a 6mm guy and having a 6mm Remington, which most people don't have, they go with the 243 Winchester. 6mm ARC came out. What's it going to do better for me? What's it going to do different? Particularly after you saw the Remington Short Action Ultra Max come and go. You saw the Winchester Short Max pretty much come and go. And now this case looks very similar to those.
That's always a concern when you get new cartridges, because my brother doesn't buy a whole lot of new cartridges either, because you don't know how long they're going to stick around and stuff.
Yep.
And I think traditionally stuff that Hornady's put out usually ends up sticking around for a while, and which is nice. But like here, I don't know, it might be longer than that, but let's say 10, 12 years ago, they started, the 6.5 Creedmoor started getting real big. You had the 6.5 Creedmoor, you had the 6.5 Grendel, you had the 6.5 PRC. Anyway, there's a number of 6.5 rounds that came out, and I think the 6.5 Creedmoor is the one that kind of stuck and held,
Yep.
And the others, are they still around? Yeah. The PRC, I hear it gets shot a lot too, but I think as far as the general population for hunting and stuff like that, I think the Creedmoor, I think the ammo, the rifles, everything's a lot more readily available. And when you buy a new gun, that's something you've got to wonder if it's going to be easy to find ammo down the road.
Oh, especially if you don't reload. I mean, if you don't
Yep.
reload, you got to go with what's on the shelf.
Yep.
And on the shelf is 6.5 Creedmoor all the way.
So I don't know if I would have bought this when I did, just because of the fact, for those same facts, the same reasons. But I wanted to get one and shoot it so somebody else can see what it's like on the channel. And,
Yep.
I got the 22 ARC. I have it in 3 different rifles right now. I've shot it with the my Gen 2 over the Ruger.
Yep.
The bolt action, and I also have the KAK here that I've shot. I did not like the KAK when I first got it. I think it's starting to, I don't know if it's starting to broke in or what, but I'm starting to like it more now.
You did a video on that one.
I did,
Yeah.
and I might end up doing another one down the road here, because I don't think I was real friendly with KAK after shooting and stuff. And I've had friends that got in KAK too, and they weren't very happy with them either. And I wonder if it's something that needs to be shot more, it's got a longer braking period or something too. I don't know, but with the price of the ammo, you're not just going to go out and shoot like 300 rounds to bring something in, I don't know if I may have 200 or 300 into this one now. I got this one. I've got a Pulsar Thermium Duo, and me and somebody can go out and hunt coyotes in the wintertime at night. I didn't go out a whole lot this year. I wish I would have gone out more. But both Raj and Vadim, they both use the 6 ARC when we hunt coyotes at night. And I've got the 22 ARC, I do have a 6 arc. I don't have my thermal mounted on it, so I've just been sticking with this here for now. But with that said, Bear Creek Arsenal sent me that 22 arc and that 6 arc there to shoot and do some videos on those, and I'd like you to be there so you can give me your thoughts and opinions on it as well.
Yeah, I would really love to get my hands on that 6mm arc. The 22 never really, from the reading I've done on them and the different articles and some of the other videos I watched. We watched Hornaday's podcast series on it, and the 22 arc didn't do anything for me. Like, I can go shoot a coyote with my 223 and spend 40 cents a round, right, and still drill them at 300 yards without batting an eye. But the 6mm, having a 6mm Remington, I'm into a long action. I dump a bunch of powder in there to get some velocity. I don't struggle to find bullets. I'm not struggling to find primers. I'm struggling to find slow burning powders for it. So to be able to still use that 6mm, I was never a 243 Winchester fan. I was really interested in trying the arc in one of the Ruger Americans and seeing how that shot, looking at it more as a deer gun and an antelope gun, maybe depending on what the wind's like and how much that thing drifts. But that's the one I really want to play with.
I think down the road, I wouldn't mind coming up with 6 arc or something else in the Ruger American. I got the Gen 2. I think the Predator. Got the longer barrel, the twisted. On the barrel there, it's got a new barrel with the grooves in it.
Oh, spiral fluting.
Fluting.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, spiral fluting. I couldn't think of fluting.
You lost me for a second there. I was trying to grab it.
I think it's a Predator. It comes with that kind of a older looking, like I don't know, bronze or what you call the barrel, but it's got the spiral fluting on it. And a little bit longer barrel than what the other Ruger Americans are, and I think it's a Predator. But I like it, and I look forward to shooting some more. But anyway, I got that, and I've shot that, and I've shot this KAK, but I have not shot the Bear Creek Arsenal, so I'm pretty excited. The one thing that excites me the most, just putting the scopes on them, messing with them a little bit here, the 6 arc Bear Creek Arsenal upper that I've got here, it has a side charging handle.
Yes.
I have never shot an AR with a side charging handle.
Me neither.
The reason I'm so excited about it is if you ever try to charge a handle with something with a scope sticking over the back there, it's hard to grab that charging handle.
Yeah.
Even if you have an extended charging handle, it's still kind of a pain.
Especially from a hunting scenario standpoint.
So I'm pretty excited to try this one with the side charging handle on it. That's a 6 arc, and a 22 arc still got the regular bolt carrier for the rear charging handle on there.
Always wanted to see one in person. Having had good luck with every Bear Creek Arsenal upper I purchased, I never wanted to try one until I actually saw it. So it is proprietary from the standpoint if you need to change that BCG. I mean, I guess proprietary is the right word, but you're probably going to have to get those parts from them. If you needed to replace that or rebuild that. I don't know how much of that is interchangeable with the standard AR.
I don't know. I don't know much about the side charging handle. I don't know if there's anything standard from company to company as far as how they do their side charging handles.
I've never seen anybody else do it. Have you?
I've seen them a few different times online, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a different company or not. It could have been Bear Creek Arsenal. I just didn't realize it.
It'll be fun to check it out.
I see that they got some bolt action uppers that go on lower AR lowers and stuff too. So I'm probably going to end up getting something like that down the road. It was, I guess, it's kind of you that kind of mentioned what you thought of Bear Creek Arsenal that started getting me interested in checking some out.
Yeah, I've been. I don't know if you want to call it luck or it's just that good of a product, but I've had 3 uppers from them. 2 of them have shot sub MOA for me with my own reloads.
Yeah.
And then I've bought in a couple of Glock conversion barrels from them for my Glocks, and they've all shot awesome. So I've had very good luck with it.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun, especially being able to build my 7.62 by 39 AR. That was a fun one.
Cool.
Yeah. But so the 6mm, that was really the one that got me from the hunting standpoint that I'd really like to try out, particularly in a bolt gun. That was it. But then that 338 arc was, when I was reading up about that one really caught my eye from the standpoint of more of the personal defense lineup if you were going to choose an AR for personal defense, because they designed it, from what I understand from reading and watching stuff on it, that was designed from the ground up to be subsonic, whereas the 300 Blackout was not. It was, 300 Blackout was developed and then they made it subsonic, if I'm getting that correct. And seeing some of those bullets that they come with, and that they've, it's designed to do that sort of thing, seems like a pretty nice setup for a self-defense AR cartridge.
I haven't shot one yet. I want to get one. I'll try and get one from Rifle Cartridge if I like these here quite a bit.
Yeah.
However, the little bit that I read, one nice thing too, if you throw a suppressor on there, whether it's subsonic or supersonic, they say it's a fairly clean shooting gun, and you don't have to adjust your gas block or anything like that, and so I'm liking that thought of it quite a bit as well.
When you look at that cartridge, and then you look at the size of that bullet, I've never seen the cartridge in person yet, but on some of the magazine articles I've seen, they have a ruler up next to it and stuff like that. There ain't much room for powder to get your gun dirty.
It just doesn't look right though when you look at it.
No, it doesn't. Nope.
What are some of the thoughts that you had with your when you heard about the arc and stuff? What are some of your personal thoughts or curiosities?
Yeah, my curiosity was, what did they do different for that? The first one, like I said, caught my eye was that 6mm arc. So what did they do different that they did with, they had the 243 Winchester short mag, 6mm bullet, right? Came and gone. I don't even think it was on the market a couple of years. I never even saw anything for it. Never even tried it. So what are you doing different that hasn't already been done that's going to make it stick? Are you just marketing it better? Or are you just going to flood the market with it? Or did you actually change something that made that more consistent? And from everything I've read, it seems like there were some improvements there between the changes with the powders over the years and some case design and some bullet design. It was just like the perfect storm to create something new. And the 243 Winchester short mag, from what I understand, was never designed for an AR platform. So it only had the versatility of putting it in, per se, a hunting rifle. Whereas this allows you to go into two different guns, which is particularly nice when you look at, with the Ruger Americans. One of the reasons that I got my Ruger Ranch rifle in the American was because it took AR mags. So I didn't have to go around and find one of Ruger's rotary mags or anything like that. You just grab a 5-round mag and go hunting with it.
I got my Ruger American out the other day, and I was looking for the mag. I'm like, I can't find a mag for this thing. And then I realized that I was like, oh, it uses a regular AR mag.
Yeah. Yep.
And granted, the 22 arc and 6 arc, they don't use your regular 223 mags.
Nope.
You end up using I think they mark some that say 6mm arc on right now, but from the start, before they even had that, I've been using the 6.5 Grand Old mags. They work really well with those.
Yep.
I did try it with the 223 mags, and you get a lot of gems that way.
So already I like that. I like the fact that I can grab an AR upper, right? And if I want to go shoot it, just go to the range and shoot with it. Or, even if I wanted to take the AR hunting, if it was a good shooter, I could. But at the same time, if I really wanted to reach out there, take something super light, I can go grab a Ruger American, which I've had very good luck with accuracy wise, and I don't need to go digging for a mag. I can just throw something in there and go.
Yep.
You know, so I like that magazine interchangeability. I've always thought that for me, for the type of hunting I do, that 6mm was pretty versatile. I could go shoot a deer, depending on windage and yardage and antelope, and still go coyote hunting.
I love the versatility too, as far as the mags and everything goes. The one thing that you have to watch out for, and it could be a concern too, is you grab these mags, they all go in the same lower. You have to make sure that you've got the right ammo in them.
Do they
So
call it a followers on these?
these here, I think the biggest difference on these is, I don't remember, I was thinking it was the lips on these. Oh, and then you got the ridge down here on the bottom is higher on there too.
Okay.
So it offsets it a little bit better. But
So you were using the 6.5 Grendel mags for
or 22 arc and 6 arc.
22 arc and 6 arc. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think they label them now specific. I think for the 6 arc and 22 arc, but yeah, I think it's the same mag as a 6.5 Grendel. And that's what I've been using up to this point anyway, and I've had no problems with it. But yeah, like that's the only issue is if you got multiple different calibers and AR platforms and stuff like that, just making sure that your mags are labeled so that you're putting the right ammo in, putting the right mag in with the right ammo, and issues that way. But otherwise, no, I love it. Kind of through life, I've kind of gone through a lot of different cycles. When I first got into law enforcement, I ended up putting myself through the patrol rifle instructor course. I put myself through a firearms instructor course, and then they kind of moved me into that position and then ran me through the patrol rifle instructor's course as well. We didn't have any ARs at the department. We were using the FMs, P90s.
Oh yeah.
And they wouldn't let us use those in instructor class. And so before I went out there, I didn't want to be the new guy that didn't know anything, about these things and just be ignorant about everything. And so I built two ARs before I even went out to that class. And since we didn't have one in the department, one of the ones I built, so I got to use them when we were out there. And so, long story short, went through the class. And I had an AR already anyway, but I kind of started getting big into ARs and liking them. And then it come a point where I got my first suppressor, and then I started getting away from ARs again because they get dirty so fast when you got a suppressor on them.
Yep.
And so I started getting into bolt guns again. And here in the last few years, I started seeing a lot, getting back in that mindset of versatility of the ARs, and they make the side charging handles on there now. They make uppers with bolt actions on them now that they go right on your AR lower, and so there's so many different applications you can use them for now, and so I've kind of been getting back into it a little bit more. So we all go through cycles when it comes to different things in life, whether it's guns or whatever it is, and there's different reasons for it. But my reason for getting started in them a little bit more in the beginning is because of taking that instructor course for law enforcement, and I kind of got out of them because of suppressors. So it's kind of big old cycle. I'm back to the beginning again now, where I'm getting liking the ARs pretty good now.
Yeah, I've never done much with them from the standpoint of, it was always just a utilitarian type thing.
Yeah.
It was, okay, I want to go shoot a 2-gun match, so if I want to shoot a 2-gun match, I need to have an AR to shoot the 2-gun match. I never hunt, I actually, believe it or not, I've never hunted with one.
Huh.
It was, I've always I got the 223 and a bolt gun, so if I'm going out for coyotes, I go out with that,
Yeah.
Always been a bolt gun guy or a lever gun guy for hunting, but.
So This here setup's what I use for coyote hunting. I just keep it together all the time. I got gloves in there for when we go out at night. I've got some camel gloves and camel hat as well, but that's kind of just a spare pair of gloves there.
Yeah.
This one's got the suppressor on it,
And the thermal.
and I got the thermal on there. We got the goat ammo brass catcher. Apparently, I didn't empty it out last time it just pops on there like that.
You had good luck with that?
I like it.
Okay.
It is kind of loud, but when you're cycling and it throws it in there, it doesn't last long. If you're walking, you've already done some shooting, that there'll jiggle. That's kind of annoying, but
Yeah.
I don't use it a whole lot. I guess my idea with this is the ammo's not super cheap, so I figured try to collect.
Yeah, I
as
wouldn't
can
want to
reload
lose
stuff too, you
one
know.
piece of those pieces.
In the middle of the night, I don't want to be kicking my light on and trying to search for it on the ground and everything
Yep.
anyway too. But then I got my sling here that I use, but it's all pretty much just set up and ready to go in here. I went and wrapped the hand guard with some of the, I don't know what it's like, but you know that pre-wrap that you use in sports before you put on your tape?
Yeah.
That's basically what this material here is. I guess the camouflage stuff that I wrapped around there. I don't like using tape because I don't want that sticky on my gun when I go to take it off. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money to go get it done, and so this here it seems to work. It's not very expensive and it worked out good for me and stuff. But one thing that I noticed too with the 22 ARC, it does this on every one of my rounds. I'll toss you in there, but it flattens it. And
on the case mount there?
yeah, so not only for gas and back pressure, but because of this, I threw on that adjustable gas block. Vadim helped me do that, and we adjusted it down, and it still smashes the end on there.
What's it hitting? Is it hitting the deflector?
I'm guessing so. I mean, there's some brass marks on it and stuff.
It looks like the extractor is perfectly in line with it when you look at the extractor marks.
Yeah.
Even just ever so slightly, it's almost perfectly in line with it.
And then I carry a battery pack.
Okay.
That way I can plug it into my thermal with my battery. And I always got an extra battery in here for my thermal. So that way if it runs dead in the middle of the night, I got plenty extra to keep going. When I first started, I didn't have that. And part of the reason I got the battery pack, I bought one extra, 80 some bucks for this stupid battery.
Oh wow.
Polestar, it's expensive. But yeah, I figure I can just strap this on there. I think I take whether it's rubber banded what, put it around the foregrip there and just run my cord and plug it in and keep it going.
So I've never hunted coyotes at night.
Well, if you want to go out sometime,
Never done it.
won't be doing it until this fall probably, but I like going out and doing it. You know, more than anything, even if I don't get coyotes, I enjoy it because you're getting out there in the fresh air in the middle of the night, and it's kind of peaceful.
Yep.
Just you're out there in nature. It's nice and cool, fresh air. It is a little crisp. A lot of times you don't like the cold, and maybe you don't
Nothing
like
wrong
it,
with
but,
I'll never complain about the cold. I'll complain about the heat. So, what grain bullet are you hunting with? What bullet are you hunting with?
It's the 75 grain ELD match.
Okay.
From Hornady.
Okay.
I guess I haven't seen anything else besides Hornady that makes.
Have you
25
pulled
bucks.
one of these yet? To
I've
see
not.
how far the bullet goes into the case and how much powder's in there?
I have not. I've got a buddy that's done some reloading with them already.
Okay.
And I should have him come out with us when we shoot too. You know, and he could probably tell you a little bit about it as well.
It just amazes me that, you know, when you think about how much the bullet goes into that case, I mean, that looks smaller than a 38 special case. thinking about how much powder I put in the 357 Magnum when I reload for it, and the velocities that you're getting is just amazing.
They're a little bit longer bullet from what I understand.
Yep.
And then also then you got the longer barrel than what you do on a 30 special, of course, you know. But yeah.
I'm just amazed at the amount of powder that fits in that thing.
And there's a lot of difference in diameter.
I'm used to having a lot of airspace. I mean, like with my 257 Roberts or my 6mm, I'm only filling up like 70 to 80% of the case. If I shoot a real slow burning powder, I might fill up 80% of the case. So, you know,
At least,
this is probably I'm going to guess these loads are probably almost compressed.
yeah, I don't know if they are or not, but I would not be surprised if that 338 arc is pretty compressed in there.
Oh, I don't see how it couldn't be.
It looks so funny just to look at that round.
You know, do you have a 6mm round?
I do. I think I left it.
How much longer are they?
They're not any longer.
They're not any longer.
No, because they got to fit in the same. They fit in the same mag. And
So
fit in
the
there,
case is the same. Roughly.
essentially different diameter.
Just different diameter bullet,
bullet.
and the shoulder angle is the same.
I'm not 100% on the angle.
So
I'm assuming it's probably pretty close, but I guess I don't know that for sure.
that's just amazing. It's amazing what they have done. So I'm looking forward to getting out and shooting, and I'm really curious to get that 6mm shot, and then I might just be going and getting me a bolt gun. And I might be hunting with it. Not this year, but maybe next year I might have to hang up the 257 Roberts for a hunting season.
You've been trying to get me out the range of it quite a few times. I need to just make time and do it.
Yeah, we definitely got to get out there. I mean, it was great. I was out there this morning, and we went out and shot some trap this morning. And, had a couple of old guns that we shot. There was nobody out there all morning.
Yeah.
It was just our own private place to go
That's
shoot.
nice.
So Sunday mornings are great. Nobody's out there.
I
You know.
I think I'm probably going to be getting a membership out there at Isaac Walton probably.
Yeah.
And I'm praying, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we're done here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a lot of things changing here, and I think that's probably going to be a good spot for me to start doing some videos out there if they'll let me, you know.
Excellent.
And so I'm excited about that. And it'll work out better for me, and for you, and I think it'll be better for Lucas, who usually helps with my video and,
Yep.
and editing both. You know.
Does he ever come on this side of the county?
He does not like to. No. I might get him over there at some point. You know, I did have him do it a few times, and I put it on. I posted the video, and he was like, "No, take that down." All right. I was like, "It was a good video," but he doesn't like being on camera. But you know, maybe at some point he will. But he does like shooting. He loves video, and so looking forward to that. And I guess it'd be kind of nice to tell people too that we're kind of planning on starting to have Larry here on the podcast a little bit more.
See how the views go first for this one.
I think it'll go good. I kind of had a lot of stuff going on, and so this last fall I took a break, not on purpose, but I just didn't have a lot of time to keep doing it. So there was a pretty good gap in between doing some videos and stuff this last fall and winter, you know. And I've been busy this spring, so it's little gaps here and there off and on.
Yep.
But I think my plan is once I get to this fall, being a lot more regular and stuff. Right now I'm selling roast stuff full time in the summer, and so in the summer it takes up a lot of your time and stuff.
Yep.
But come fall, I think I'll have a lot more time for things like this.
And it's a better time of the year to do it.
Yep.
It was hot out that time.
Yeah, it was. It's actually better than what it was here a couple weeks. So a couple weeks ago, it was almost unbearable. It was
Oh yeah.
upper 90s and humid, and it's still a little humid, but it's probably at least 10 degrees cooler than what it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we shot that bowling pin match out at the Isaac Walton League. 100 degrees out, 30-mile-an-hour wind. We couldn't even keep the pins on the table. They kept blowing off. We had to keep going and resetting.
And speaking of that, I got to get a hold of Sight Mark and get my optics, my 9mm replaced.
Oh, okay.
It's not holding where it needs to be holding. So
Okay.
anyway, I don't know if something happened to lens. I don't know what happened. I shot it 4 or 5 times. That thing was like dead on, and then I couldn't get it on paper after that. I couldn't adjust it enough to get it on paper. So I don't know what happened to it.
You know, and it's funny you should say that, because then, you know, like you'll have all the people that'll say, you know, oh, Sight Mark's junk, right? But, you know, I have a buddy who has got a loophole with the X5, right? We're at the range. He shoots, and I'm like, what was that? And it was his top turret gone.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
So, you know,
It can happen with anything.
and that was on a 270,
Yep.
right? So it happens to everybody. Everybody has stuff that fails.
This 6 arc sitting in front of you there, I got a Sight Mark Presidio on there. I looked through it just from here. I haven't shot with it yet, but it looks like it's going to be a really nice scope. I'm going to do a review on it here at some point, and they've got some great stuff. They're thermal. It's a cheaper thermal. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as, say, this here the Pulsar does. However, I loved it. I shot it, used it quite a bit this spring when I pat on it and did things like that, and I loved it. So I will probably have one of those this fall. I'll buy one this fall, but I didn't have the money this spring, or I'd have kept the one that I had got to review and stuff. But anyway, they've got some really good optics, and I like that. But as far as that goes with the arcs here, I'm really excited to shoot those 2 new ones.
Yes.
And I'll bring them all out there. That way you can get a chance to try them out yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't mind getting I got to replace a chronograph, so it might be a good excuse to replace a chrono. You know.
I bought a replacement one. I don't know what to think about the replacement one, because the one I had before was probably 35 years old.
Oh yeah. You had the shade on top with your 2 bars coming out.
It has 2 bars in front and back.
Yep.
Mine didn't have a shade on the front.
Oh, okay.
I bought a new one, replaced it, and it's got that on there. And I don't know. I'm not too thrilled with it. It was a cheaper one that I got.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably going to end up getting one of those.
Either the Garmin or the Apple one.
Yeah.
I saw the Apple one come out, and you know, almost $200 less than the Garmin I've seen it for. So, but and then Lab Radar, they're coming out with a small one, so they're selling the big Lab Radars on clearance.
Yeah.
And I knew somebody that had the big Lab Radar one, and he was like, I said to him, I was like, hey, I was thinking about buying it. It's on clearance, and he's like, don't buy it. And I was like, why? Is something wrong with it? He's like, no, just why would you want to lug around something bigger when you can get something smaller? I'm like, good point. But when that Apple one came out, I was really curious to see. I mean,
Is it about the same size as the Garmin, isn't it?
guys, it looks the exact same. I mean, you can't even, if you were to hold those 2 side by side and not see a name on them except for a color difference, I couldn't see a difference in them. Size wise, they're the same, but price point wise, I mean, I've seen the Apple one for as little as $300 on sale.
Okay.
And the Garmin I've never seen for less than $599 or whatever it is for.
Shoot, if I could get Athlon or Garmin to send me one, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, I get to. Get to. Then we could really compare them. Yeah, but all the guys at the range that have them have had really good luck with them. I've gotten to use the Garmin personally. One of the guys let me use his last year, and it worked flawlessly. I was amazed because I had a little crony before, and you know, I thought I was working on hand loads based on my standard deviation, and the same load had a much tighter standard deviation with the Garmin, so it was all about the chronograph. So I was chasing a ghost that I was never going to catch. So once I put it on the Garmin, I was like 15 feet per second difference between my loads, and on that other one, it was always like 25 to 30.
Yeah.
And the groups didn't match what was going on, because at 300 yards, I would have thought I would have had more vertical strain with just a longer standard deviation.
Yeah.
And so I got rid of the chronograph. I was just like, I'm not dealing with this thing anymore. Worked great for the bow. It seemed the slower velocity seemed to work better. So when I chronograph a 6mm arc, I want to make sure that I'm doing it on a good chronograph.
So when I got mine, part of what got me to go get a newer one was because, and like I said, I still got a cheap one, and would I do this for you? I should have broke down and got a nice one, but I was trying to check the velocities of the can cannon. I was trying to see how fast the pop can come out, and the golf ball come out, and the tennis ball come out, and stuff like that. And
So you were trying to shoot it through the screen?
well, yeah, through the yep. Yeah, I was getting velocities, but every once in a while it was telling me error, and then it just wouldn't work anymore.
Yep.
And so,
That's funny.
like I said, it was old, and it was pretty corroded and different things like that too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the new ones today with that Doppler radar in it, or whatever it's called, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty amazing. Just shoot over the top of it, and it's getting you your velocities. And I didn't play with it. I just played with muzzle velocities on it, but somebody was telling me that you can get velocities further down in the range with some of the programs. I don't know how true that is. I never really looked into it. I was always concerned about the muzzle velocity just from the standpoint of getting that tightest group down range and having those smaller standard deviations is the only reason I ever used it.
Gotcha.
So, that to make sure that my bow was actually getting the velocity that they claimed it got. But
Well, I appreciate you coming over
Yeah.
today, Larry. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of this.
Yep.
Actually, I'm pretty excited about going shooting these with you here.
yeah, we got to get out there.
We'll get out and do this soon, and looking forward to it. But I appreciate it, and if there's anything you guys see that you like on here, I got a few links on my website where you can find a lot of this stuff on there. Go on there. We also still have some hats left with that 50 cal giveaway. Get on there. They're discounted through the end of July here yet, and get you a hat so you get entered in the drawing for that. But I appreciate everybody watching, and until next time, God bless. Stay safe.